Hi, this is Yvonne, and I'm here with Gary Crenshaw, our mayor. Mayor Crenshaw, good to have you here today.
Yvonne, it's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And we're here on a very auspicious occasion. We're going to be talking about the 200th anniversary of Lebanon.
You're exactly right. That is a very auspicious occasion, and we're going to celebrate it all year long.
All year, huh? I like that kind of celebration. Where are we going to start? What kind of celebrating we're going to do?
Most people, I think, will remember back in January on the actual date that the city was incorporated. Mm-hmm. We had the special city council meeting where we invited all the former city elected officials that are still living. Mm-hmm. We had them come in, and we did a special proclamation that day declaring this year a year of celebration. And in recognition of all those people who have contributed to the progress of Lebanon that are still living, we had them sign that proclamation. And very shortly, that framed proclamation with all the signatures down below it will be put up in City Hall. And 200 years from now, people can come in and say, now, who were those fellas and right. Who were those ladies there? So it was kind of a neat thing. We had some refreshments, and we had 2 or 3 people that were there that were on the city council at the 150th meeting and celebration. So it was interesting. So that was the first event. The second event is the May 30th event at the city park. The third event will be in association with Ham Days, which will incorporate some things with Ham Days. And then we will conclude the year of celebration by a black tie event at Center Square.
Okay, for New Year's Eve, huh?
Yeah, for New Year's Eve.
Ah, that's going to be nice.
Well, it's a... And I can understand some people have been a little critical because we're going to do it on New Year's Eve and it's a black tie event. And however, this is a once, I mean, how many black tie events have we had in Lebanon in the last 50 years?
Well, I only know about the last 10.
Yeah,
been that
okay.
Many. Yeah.
So it's an event, a one-time event. Mm-hmm. And so we're excited. There's going to be live music with a very good band. I didn't pick it out, so I know it's going to be good. And we're going to celebrate that evening. So there are 4 main events during the year. We've already done one, and then the one that's coming up, which is May the 30th on that Saturday.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I know that it took a lot of people to put all this together. How long ago did you guys start getting organized for this year?
Mr. Thomas, the city administrator, and I, we've been talking about it for probably a year and a half, 2 years. Mm-hmm. And you know as well as I do, you can talk something to death and it still doesn't get done. So I organized a committee, and that committee has done a wonderfully tremendous job. Mm-hmm. And we meet once a month. And we've been planning for several months in preparation for this. Probably started actively planning and meeting early last fall. And each event takes, we're finished with the first one. Mm-hmm. We immediately started on the active planning and procurement for the second event. And as things progress, we talk about them. Then as the event gets closer, we get more involved. And so it's a work in progress, but I have to say so many people have stepped up wanting to be a part of this, recognizing the importance of it. If you've noticed the banners downtown.
I was going to ask you about those banners. Yes, those are really nice. Who designed those?
Actually, the Center Square Committee, the Bicentennial Committee designed those without my help. And they did such a wonderful job.
Very nice.
Wonderful job. When we ordered them, I knew what the design was, but I couldn't picture in my mind what the colors were going to be and all of that. And I'm really not very good at that sort of thing. And so when they came in, I just thought, man, what a good job they did. And it really it really accents the town, and along with tourism and their signs that they put up focusing on individual places or activities in the community. So it's been a real partnership, the Chamber, tourism, economic development, all of those good folks. I'm probably leaving out somebody, but the Historical Society, we've had just tremendous participation.
Okay, now you spoke about the Historical Society. I'm sure there's lots of historical things that go along right with this, you know, after 200 years.
Right.
Is there anything in particular or anything that you're going to bring out in the celebration of the historical type?
Well, one of the things that we're doing in the Historical Society, along with our school system, is working on, and that's a time capsule. Oh. And so putting that together is real interesting. What do you put in it? You know, I might suggest, well, let's put a VCR in it, or an 8-track.
I was just thinking about an 8-track.
No, we're not going to do that. But you know, something that you got to understand is what are they going to be using 50 years from now? If you put a thumb drive in there,
put an iPhone in there.
Put an iPhone in there.
See if anybody remembers what those are.
What it is.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting, and it's exciting when we meet and people are talking about those things. At our next meeting, we are inviting all the those groups who the committee has reached out to ask to help for the May 30th event. They will be, hopefully most of them will be at our meeting this coming Wednesday to make final preparations and plans and the things we're going to do. So
you've got something for the kids too to be involved with on May 30th.
Yes.
I know that it's free, and all the kids will be able to come and they'll take part in it. And I know you've got all those wonderful bouncers and things like that that the kids all love to jump on, and they'll be out at the park. And
we will have food. We will have activities. If I remember correctly, I think there's face painting. There's just a whole bunch of activities. Nina Oliver has I don't want to say she's in charge, but she has done a lot of the leg work and footwork for the activity in May, along with other committee members. But and then that evening we are going to have invite people to come to a free concert downtown, and there will be food for sale and those type things. We just pray that the weather will be nice to us, because if we are and it's a good day, we really want everybody to feel good about where we are and just have a wonderful day celebrating a birthday.
Yes, indeed. And then let's move on to the fall, and when you're going to have the black tie event. Then on that one, I realize that there's a charge for that.
Right.
But early, so you can start saving your money for that one, if that's something that you'd be interested in doing.
It's interesting. I was telling one of my sons about it, and my daughter-in-law was there, and she was going, oh, how do we get tickets? And I said, well, I don't know yet. I don't. We haven't got all that squared away, but I want to go. And my son was, oh no. So the ladies, I think, are stepping up and going to drag these guys out. And as you said, there is a price for it, and it's not your ordinary $10 or $15 to get in somewhere. We don't want the taxpayers to have to foot the bill for this, if at all possible. We feel like it'll be sold out because the live music is going to be very good. And like I said, everybody wants to be part of a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Once every 200 years. My gosh.
Yeah. So hopefully the weather will be good that night as well.
Yes.
And the city will not be providing any alcoholic beverages. That's going to be through a vendor, and there will be dancing and refreshments and just a good time.
A good time. And where will this event be held?
At Center Square.
At Center Square.
Right.
All right. So we'll be watching for those flyers to come out where we can find those tickets.
And you know, Center Square holds about 400 people that we can maximum put in there. So I'm thinking that these tickets are going to go fast, and that there will be a lot of people that may not be able to get one. Yeah. So when they come out, be sure that you take the opportunity to get one if you want to go. And I'm going to say this, it's a black tie event. We hope people will dress up and wear gowns, and the gentlemen will for once in their lives, if they're not going to go to their daughter or son's weddings, get a tux and go. But there will be people there that will be dressed up but won't have tuxes on. So we're not going to stand at the door, and if you don't have a tux and a gown on, say, well, you know, if you've got a ticket, you can't come in. But we hope everybody will take advantage of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in the spirit of things.
Yes, and come out with your friends and neighbors and all those people that help, you know, pass this last 200 years by, you know, to come out and have a good time. Sounds like fun to me.
You know, I just marvel at the work the Bicentennial Committee has done to put all this together, to make something for everybody, and especially the activity in the park. We just hope there's a lot of people there, and we'll be able to take care of all of them, and just make sure the weather's good.
Yes. Well, listen, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you now one question. What would you put in that time capsule?
What would I put in the time capsule? I would probably put a CD.
You know, we think alike.
Of the things that have happened in the year 2015. Now, we are going to plan on burying that time capsule in the spring of 2016.
Okay.
That way we will have pictures and mementos from January 1 all the way through the black tie event. And nobody wants to dig when it's frozen ground. So we're going to wait till the spring to do that, and we're going to make that even though it's in 2016, we'll probably have a little something special for that.
Ceremony of some type, yeah.
And you know, something I forgot to mention, and I want to bring this out. 200 days before the end of the year, the kids at the school are going to have a Lebanon Minute or something of that nature, and we're going to have where they present some fact or something about the history of Lebanon, and we're going to have that for the 200 days before the event. So every day there will be a school child of some age presenting something of that. So I think that's going to be fun and interesting.
I do too. Very good. I like the fact that you got the kids involved.
Yeah.
So that they can pass it down to their kids. And well, I was there, or whatever, and hopefully, you know, get everybody really interested in what's going on in Lebanon. 200 years.
Right.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's a very long time. And I want to thank you for coming out today and talking to us a little bit about the 200th anniversary of Lebanon, Kentucky.
Yvonne, I am always glad to come out and talk to you about the good things we're doing. I don't like talking about the things we need improving on, but there's some of those. But the good things we're doing, we want to share that with everybody.
Okay. And before you leave also, I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to tell us about today that's going on that's new, exciting, coming up?
One thing that I think goes along with our 200th anniversary celebration is that on June the 27th at 10 o'clock, we will be commemorating the placement of a state historical marker at the National Cemetery, recognizing the fallen soldiers of Camp Crittenden. And Camp Crittenden was the largest African American recruiting base. I know it was in Kentucky, and at one time I think it was in the north. It was the largest one, and there were over 2,000 men. I don't know about women, but there were over 2,000 men that joined the Union Army here in Lebanon, and many of them are buried at Camp Nelson or in our national cemetery. And we've invited the governor. I don't think he's going to be able to come, but we're going to have a ceremony out there, and anybody that wants to come, we would invite them to come and celebrate that momentous contribution.
Fantastic. Again, thank you for talking to us today, Marion.
Thank you very much.
And hope to see you again soon.
Okay, anytime.